Watercooler.
Wow, wow, wow.
Watercooler. Watercooler.
Wow, 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 wow. Hey, welcome to Watercooler.
All right.
Oh, we are back, baby. Thank you
What's up?
so much for tuning in. You know how the show goes. Hi, Chris Loxamana, kick it with my curl digital bud, and Gary and Matt and Kaylin. So let me introduce everybody. With me today in studio, Mike Dawson.
Well, hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic.
It's good to hear from you. Mike got a new car. We'll talk about that. And we already talked about it, but I saw it. I saw it in person. And all the way in Austin, Texas, Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
Hey, Matt. You look good. And then all the way in Long Beach, California, Kaylin Bean.
What's going on?
Kaylin's on the show. This is a real special show. People
Also
are
looking
really
good.
excited. Yeah. Because there are people
Not
who
feeling
don't
good.
read ahead in the descriptions or anything. They don't know if Kaylin's going to be on. So when they hear his voice, it's going to be good. It's going to be a goodie.
Pure joy.
And then all the way in OCCA, Gary Smith.
So what's up?
Oh, yes. We got the whole crew on the show. I missed you all. So before the show started, I asked Kaylin if he had a flickin'. He said yes. I asked
Sweet.
Kaylin if he had a quarter update. He said yes.
Sweet.
I had Matt if he had a Shay. He said yes.
Sweet.
And then Matt's like, I also have a topic.
Ooh.
And then he said, wait, actually, I don't have a topic. I have an update.
Oh.
So this is, so it's not a topic. It is an update.
Not
Is
as
it a news
exciting.
nook?
I'm
Not a news nook.
I'm intrigued though.
We all
Well,
are.
there's just
Find the
something that's
intro,
been
Kaylin.
something
Can't
that's
find the
been on my
intro. I'm
mind.
being made fun of for it.
Yeah.
I say we get into that.
Do you want to get
dude.
into this update?
I need the update.
I'll be honest. I
we can do it
cannot
right
stop
away.
thinking about anything
I'm
else.
not going to be able to
Okay.
focus on anything.
It's
Yeah.
just it's slightly relevant to past show content.
You are really selling this, man. Like
Yeah.
my expectations could not be higher,
You
and
ready
I'm
for something
worried you're.
slightly relevant.
I'm worried you're overselling it to where, we might be a little underwhelmed.
Well, he already downgraded. It was a topic.
Yeah.
He instantly downgraded it from a topic
Yeah, what is
to
that?
an update.
What is that?
That's
Why
not
did you do
too
that?
promising.
Yeah, Matt, is that something you like to do? Like, there's Dawson.
Well, here's-
you know, people do this, like musicians. If they're like, oh, here's my song, and then you put the CD, and you're like, I did have a cold that day, so my
Yeah,
vocals gonna
right.
be good. And like the production, it hasn't been mastered
Yeah.
yet. And I don't know if that's a guitar line I'm gonna confirm, but but you're just listening to it. But it's not really done
The
yet.
drummer wrote that line.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
really
that's,
like it.
that's a maybe. That's a
Right.
maybe. That Phil, we might copy and paste that later. So there, you always want to downgrade it, downplay it. So when you do the mega huge reveal, like what Matt's going to do, then
It'll blow him away.
it
Yeah.
blows him away.
Yeah.
He brings us down so for us to get hyped, and I think that's what Matt's doing because he's
I
really
think
brought
so.
us down to the very bottom. We are below sea level here in expectations because the way Matt has been.
I can
downplaying
barely
it.
contain myself.
Yeah. So
Barely.
let's see, Matt, your mega huge announcement. Go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Again. All right, so you guys are aware of my historic run on the television game show Lingo.
Holy
Oh, boy.
shit!
It's been discussed on this show.
Oh, it sure has.
It is
That's
pretty
right.
exciting stuff.
It's Matt. That's where we found out Matt loves reading, writing, and ping pong.
Yeah.
That's how he would introduce himself.
Ping pong. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So it became news to me recently that they brought Lingo back. We've also, I think,
Right.
talked about this on the show.
Matt, hold on one second. Chris, Kaylin, Dawson, can we all agree that if this leads to Matt is flying back to California to be on Lingo and not going to see any of us, that we are going to get audience passes? And the whole
You know what I'm
thing?
expecting, Gary,
yeah.
is
It'll be that.
Matt already filmed it. He taped it. He came to
I think
California
you're
and
right. I
taped
think it's
it.
airing
That's-
tomorrow night, and
Oh, that's
Matt's
so
going to
good.
plug it.
That's more of a topic. This is along
Again,
the lines of updates.
this is-
So I don't think if it's an update, that's not happening.
That's-
if
really?
that would be it. That's topic worthy, and he's downgraded it from topic to
Right.
update.
Look,
Detective Dawson
Lingo,
is on the
Lingo
case.
is back.
On
By
the
the way,
case.
Lingo, I attribute Lingo to why Matt is in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And why is that, Chris?
Because your teammate lives in Austin, and he's the one that convinced you to move there.
Ooh.
All right,
Yeah.
also true, and I'm glad you mentioned that. So, Lingo is back on Paramount, and I've been watching it. And
Of course you
the
have.
the people who are on the show are awful.
This is a
They're
word.
fucking-
This is a
they're
word game show, right?
Absolutely terrible.
It's
They
like-
don't like
it's-
reading,
game
writing,
show.
and ping pong.
If you are familiar with the internet craze Wordle, It's the same idea. You have to guess 5-letter words, and then they kind of like let you know
Did
where the
this
letters
show-
are in the word. It preceded it. Yes,
but did it inspire the comeback? Did Wordle inspire this comeback of lingo?
I think so. I think for sure, because my episode was on YouTube as a fan submitted to us. That's how we got that incredible audio, and then it's all been pulled.
Yeah.
And as soon as it got pulled, they announced that the show was coming.
Well,
back.
we also
So I
played it
feel-
on a hit podcast.
we also
that was
played
our
it here.
fault. That was our fault
Okay.
for putting it out there.
So everyone on this show is pretty freaking terrible. And just as you brought up, like my former game show partner lives right here in town. And not only that, but my wife is also just fucking crushing the daily Wordle. She's
you guys
really good
all
at this
just
stuff
get
too.
together and do a viewing party,
No, well,
drink some champs,
oh boy,
No,
I'm worried.
not so much.
I have an
watch
idea.
some lingo.
So here's the deal. I was like, you know what? And by the way, people are taking home like $80,000 jackpots at the end of the show.
What did you take home?
What did
When
you
my
take
friend
home?
and I competed, I don't remember. We played really well, but there was like a luck factor that we did not do so well on, and we walked away with like $1,000, and we had to split it. It was
Yeah.
like it sucked.
Matt got
But
2
now
passes
that
to
luck
Universal
element,
Studios.
that luck element, it's not part of lingo anymore. They've like changed the format of the game. There's
fresh.
6-letter words. There's 12-letter words.
Holy
It's
shit,
pretty-
dude, that's
it's pretty wild.
nuts.
It's nuts, dude. It's nuts. But again, I'm like, all right, you know what? Now it's time for me to seriously consider I should apply to be cast for the next season. So I looked it up online. That unfortunately is the update that I have to share with you guys. Apparently it's already cast for the next season. They're filming it like next week. And much to my shock, they film it in the UK. So you'd actually have to pay for your own travel. Oh, Kaylin, you got family in the UK. Maybe
If I see Little
I'm
Bean on
a
that show,
citizen
I'm
of
gonna
the UK.
lose my shit. If your little brother's
So-
on that show,
Yeah, if he's on it. Oh my god!
I'm
anyway,
throwing my drink at the TV.
that is
We
my
got to get
update.
him back on the show, Kevin.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
We got to get little
That
Bean back on the show.
I will not be appearing on the upcoming season. of
So that's your
Windows.
update?
I'm
Is everything is
disappointed 'cause
status
I wanna
quo?
win.
That's
That's why it's not a topic.
It's not an update either.
I'm applying to play on Lingo again.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's
hey,
no-
Dawson,
there's
Dawson.
no new information.
Hey Dawson, I have an update.
Dawson Newt.
I have an update for you.
Tell me.
Everything's staying exactly the same
Yeah.
as it was 10 seconds ago.
It's just what Matt gave us was just a statement of fact.
Yeah, this is
There's zero new information.
I can shorten up Matt's little update right there. Lingo, more like ling no.
Ling no.
Thank you,
right.
Gary.
You're
Yeah.
welcome, Matt.
I thought, okay, there's a few things, and to be honest, Matt, I'm glad
Things.
that you weren't able to apply for your own sake.
Really?
Yeah,
You
and
think I would just be humiliated? You think I would be all confident on
There's
the
a-
show
there's
and I
a-
would just get crushed?
I'll explain in a second. But first
Okay.
off, there isn't there like a rule like when you apply for these things? Have you ever been on this show before? Have you been on a show within the last year?
Maybe.
They
And
want-
Matt, that's what you're relying on 100% is that you're alumnus of
Legacy.
this your legacy
yes.
in the
Exactly.
Yeah.
in
How
the
come you haven't
lingo
been
world.
invited like to the All Star game or anything? Like
Right.
the Lingo All Stars.
That's what I'm wondering.
You
It's
should
just
be
'cause
back
it's different
there.
producers.
You should
know?
be on Survivor instead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because it's different producers.
But here's the thing, boys. You hear a Mac. First off, Matt,
Matt.
you won
what's up?
$1,000 last time. You split
less
it.
than that because I had to split it.
Yeah, Matt split $1,000 last time, and then
It might
Lingo's
honestly
back.
have even been less than that.
It's even less than that.
Even less than
Lingo's
$500.
back, and what does Matt do? He goes, "I need the same guy that I played with. I want the same teammate." He's the first one that comes to mind. Oh, by the way, I just befriended a rocket scientist, a literal rocket scientist. But I'm gonna go with that guy from back in the day,
Right.
My old coworker who I met at the Universal Studios break room. I'm gonna go with him.
right.
Like,
Don't
yeah,
forget your roots, man.
yeah, I think I'm gonna
here
go
for
with
the
him.
Blockbuster.
So there's that, right? So that's already an odd choice. Number 2, then Matt goes, "My wife is also an amazing Lingo player." Now, Matt, how many partners do you get in Lingo?
Just one.
Just one. It's not Family Feud. You can't bring your entourage as your
Right.
team. So now Matt has the awkward conundrum of choosing between his wife, who's pretty good at Lingo and she's very confident. Of course, she thinks you're going to pick her to join you on this trip to the UK, or you're going. What's your buddy's name?
Drew.
You're going with Drew. You're going with Drew, who you haven't talked to in over a decade.
It's been a while.
I know. He convinced you to move to Texas, and then you guys cut communication after that, which is weird. So you're choosing between these guys, or Drew and your wife. It's already. It's already somewhere where you don't want to be, Matt. This is not something that you want to do.
She's being modest about it. She's being like, I wouldn't be good for that. So maybe I'll just be like, you know what? I thought about it, and you're right. So I'm going with Drew.
Don't do that.
That's a bad move.
So
Gary talks and don't do that.
So you've decided you're going
And then
to do this.
and isn't that the issue,
You can
right,
imagine
Gary?
Pictures of me and Drew by Big Ben, by the Tower of London.
Each holding one hotel
Yeah.
key card.
On one of those.
One of those red telephone booths, like pretending like we're making a call.
Yeah, on the double decker bus.
Oh, gotta get the double
Doing
decker.
it our way.
Yeah.
You gotta go double back. Yeah, you guys.
One
would
of
have
you
the time
holding
of your
up the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the other one pushing it down.
Oh yeah. You're going to Italy too. So
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Fucking.
I bet
Fly
Gary
over
better
there.
get the arch treatment from that. Okay.
Oh, get out of here.
Anyway, Matt. Yeah. So, or actually, Gary. So, isn't that the issue too? If your wife thinks, "Oh, I'm pretty good at this game," and let's say she's not as great as she thinks, that also puts you in a weird position.
Yeah, and what if?
No, it doesn't. You take your wife, absolutely, and you lose, and you humiliate yourself in front of the nation. What are you, a fucking idiot?
I just want to see a picture of Matt and Drew at the Great Wall of China.
Well, that's gonna be part of the trip, of course. Yes.
Don't you mean the Great Arch of China?
Yes.
So they don't. I can't believe they don't pay for your expense. I guess I do, because you might win prize money. I guess it's a gamble. It's a reason to go out there. Who's the host?
RuPaul, which is a far cry from Chuck Woolery.
Right.
Oh yeah, they're
Yes.
totally
Opposite
different ends of
from
the
each other.
spectrum. Yeah.
Can confirm that is a far cry.
Chuck Woolery was great, though.
Oh yeah.
I think Chuck Woolery hosted Pressure Luck. I think Snoop hosts Pressure Luck.
Didn't he do
now.
Love Connection?
But,
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a guy on Press Your Luck, and this is obviously a really well-known story, where it would have all the different squares around, and it would just go randomly choose and you might get a whammy or you might get the money.
Right.
And he
No
memorized the pattern
Stop.
to where he destroyed, and he was like the first real big game show quote unquote cheater, but he didn't really cheat because he just used a skill. He worked the system, and he
Big
won a ton of
bucks,
money.
No whammies. Stop.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
knew.
it's like Dana White being kicked out of certain casinos in Vegas because he's really good at blackjack. He's not cheating, and they acknowledge that, but he's also not welcome to gamble at the Palms.
Right, yeah, it's like
because
counting
he's won
cards.
Too much money.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not welcome to the Palms either. So me and Dana White have something in common.
Yeah.
Banned for life. Anyway, so yeah, there's that guy who on Pressure. That's why I think of Pressure Luck. I'm like, oh, some dude memorized that pattern, got on the show, and just mopped up. What game show would you go on, Doss, that you think you'd kill it?
Honestly, dude, I wouldn't kill it, but I would love to go on Jeopardy.
Yeah, I love Jeopardy.
And think about this: if you won Jeopardy, you that's the end argument
Dude,
of
you would've-
everything you ever say. Someone disagrees with you, and you go, "Hey, look, dude, I won Jeopardy."
If you love Jeopardy, you would have really had a good time at my baby shower because we played Jeopardy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Because you got that
Glad
final
I
right
wasn't
answer.
there for 100, Alex.
But yeah, Jeopardy might be my favorite.
Yes, you
to
got
watch.
that final right answer.
Oh, that's right, Gary.
Thank you. Who is Gary? That was one thing about the baby shower Jeopardy is that no matter how many times in the first 12 questions people shouted, "It has to be in the form of a question," it endured up until the second to last person. I believe I was one of the only people who
Yeah.
actually remembered to do the Jeopardy thing.
I love that about Jeopardy, though.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, that's my favorite game show to watch.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. What about you, Kalen? What
And
show?
Final Jeopardy is the best part of it. It's it's
so
the
dramatic.
Best. If I only got to see Final Jeopardy every day, I'd be happy.
I'm sure there's a Twitter account.
Final Jeopardy is great, but I mean, I can't think of another game show where the SNL parody version is vastly superior.
That's true. I love celebrity.
all
SNL
that
Jeopardy.
Sean Connery stuff was unbelievable.
Sean Connery stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Now, Kalen, did you
check-
watch game shows
check
growing
these.
up? Because you seem a little young.
A little bit. I watched the ones that were on like Nickelodeon, and if I had to go on a game show,
Figure it out.
Obviously, Jeopardy. I'm way too dumb for that, so that wouldn't be any fun at all.
No, I don't think so.
There's no
There's
way I
pop
can handle
culture.
way too much pressure, and I think that they brought this show back. I don't fully remember the name, but I loved watching it when I was a kid, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's where they were essentially running through like an Aztec temple.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Legends of the Hidden
That
Temple.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you want to be a
that's the one
purple
I wanna
parrot,
do.
bro. Yeah,
Hell
look,
yeah.
I get it.
That
Olmec?
sounds like fun. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
That
I
that
thought they brought it back.
that's
They
more of a
did bring it
physical.
back.
That's
I
more
have
of a physical
friend of a
challenge,
friend who was on it.
dude. Those Aztec, ancient Aztec warriors that would pop out of the temple in random
Yeah.
spots gave me so much anxiety, and I didn't really think it was fair because sometimes it would be like in the first room, or it would be in that one where you have to put the monkey together in 3 pieces. By the way, that monkey was 3 pieces. It took so many people to put that thing together. It's obviously feet, chest, head. That's it. That's how you have to assemble this monkey, and everybody had so much trouble doing it. But yeah, these Aztec warriors would just come out of nowhere, out of the darkness, and scare the F out of you. Like that part was tough to watch. But yeah, Legends of the Hidden Temple, good. Guts, climbing the aggro crag, good. Figure it out, getting slimed.
Aggro crag?
Yeah, that's right. Read a book.
What's aggro crag?
It was the mountain on
Michael
Guts.
Valley, read a book.
Yeah,
Aggro crag.
the aggro crag. It's the Lucite mountain.
Lucite
Or what was that
mountain.
thing made out of? That you climbed at the
Lucite.
end of Guts. Yeah, it was
Guts.
Guts, and then it turned into Global Guts.
Is this like a
Oh my God.
Friendo or
Kalen.
Nintendo or Nickelodeon?
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
it's absolutely Nickelodeon.
I've read a book.
There is a game show that was on Nickelodeon, but for the life of me cannot remember the name of it. So I imagine it's the one you're saying.
Go ahead,
but
describe it.
It was just running through a bunch of different obstacles that'll essentially get you like I think there was slime involved and
Yeah, that
just
sounds
get you
Guts.
generally.
No
You've
slime on
described
Guts.
every Nickelodeon game show.
I only really know of that one, but I
Yeah.
don't know what it's called. You're just running through obstacles, getting shit thrown at you.
Okay, Kalen, let's say you did get the call. You got the call for Legends of the Hidden Temple. But they want Team Watercooler. You can only pick one person. Who are you bringing for Legends? Now remember, some of these are intellectual questions. Some of these are physical challenges.
There's only one correct answer here, Caitlin. Go ahead. I trust you to make the right one.
Who would you bring? Who would you bring as your
Well,
teammate?
Based on the knowledge that has just been rushed back into my memory that I had forgotten about, it would be you, Chris.
Exactly, that's-
For
that's
remembering
Aw.
the original game so well. You'd be able to coach me up. You'd
We
be-
would be practicing building
it
that
would be-
monkey
it would
for
be
weeks.
first.
Right,
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's the
Beforehand.
monkey that did it.
Here's the thing, Kalen. I'm short, and there's some physical challenges there. It might take me twice as long to climb things.
Maybe, but you would be able to squeeze through a tight space way easier than maybe me or Matt. You know, so it's like I think there's
Those Aztec warriors, they're not getting to you, Chris.
They're not.
Kalen here.
Yeah, it might
I
be a
think
little.
I think Caitlin's made the right choice.
I might be a touch too spry. You know, speaking of like whether Kalen knows it or not, I was listening to this podcast about '90s music, and basically, what is going to be '90s canon? Like, what does Gen Z think '90s music is, and what are the 5 songs that will stand the test of time? Like, for instance, remember I played you Mariah Carey's "Fantasy" the other day because that was my science project. It was during movie night, I believe. So most Gen Zers don't know that song. Like, Kaylin, have you ever heard that song, "Fantasy"
No.
by Mariah Carey?
No.
Yeah, so they don't know that song. Even if they heard it, they wouldn't know it. And then but there are some songs that they do know. They know the lyrics to. And there were 5 songs that they did this study on what songs Gen Z, and will just stand the test of time as '90s canon.
Okay.
The first one is "My Heart Will Go On."
Okay.
That one will stand the test of time, and I believe it is because of Titanic too. It's linked to a
Of
movie.
course it is.
The next one is also linked to a movie, Smash Mouth All Star.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody once told me.
the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. See,
I like
Kaylin,
how
you
you
got
felt
that.
the need to sing that one,
Yeah.
but not "My Heart Will Go On," which, frankly, I thank you.
Yeah.
Would have enjoyed more.
Yeah. I started that one too high.
Matt,
my
why
bad,
did you-
guys.
Maybe I regret that.
Well, it's really the flute. The doo doo doo.
Oh my God, that's
That movie could have been a half hour shorter if they had not used that.
Once I was on a boat.
Yeah, it really is. But so those two, number 3, "Wannabe" by the Spice Girls.
Okay. Sample.
If you want to be my lover,
You gotta slide,
you
slide,
gotta
slide.
something, friend.
You know that song that they were singing on the boat after Dawson's album was over. Dawson has a song called "Wannabe" on his album as well. But yeah, "Wannabe" is going to stand the test of time. That people.
Oh,
will
I know.
remember.
I wrote it.
Also linked to a movie, by the way.
Also linked to a movie, Spice World.
Spice World.
It's not. It's
Right,
not
Matt,
fair.
in the theaters. What? Want to
It's
fight
not
about it?
Totally fair.
Yeah.
No, I have a little sister. What's your excuse?
I mean, that's
I
like
was trying
saying
to
that. Yeah.
Number 4.
4.
Sorry, I realized where that was going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Number
it's good.
4, the Macarena.
Ooh, Macarena.
It's just because it was obviously a cultural phenomenon.
five?
That's
Five
4.
you're about to list.
But 5 has the number 5 in it.
Don't tell me.
Oh.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, Gary got it. Gary already got it.
5.
Well,
You don't have it, Dawson?
No.
Our boss talks
Here.
about this artist all the time.
Oh, DJ Khaled.
Nope.
Okay. Johnny 5. I don't know.
DJ Khaled doesn't have a famous song with the number 5 in it.
yeah. Oh, Gary, you're giving too much away.
I cannot.
Yeah, well, it's Mambo number 5.
Oh.
Yeah, weirdly a one-hit wonder. Lou Bega is the other one. So, look, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears' "Baby One More Time." They're all up there too, but according to the data where they surveyed a ton of Gen Zers, those are the 5 that all of them really knew. And those were that's what's gonna, because that's what's after Gen Z, whatever generation after that. I don't want to know what it is. My God. But
Why?
yeah, Gen Y.
Oh, that was before Z.
So I wonder, like, yeah, what's gonna happen? Because people just don't really listen to music that was around before they were born these days, right? Yeah. So what's gonna really stand the test of time? Like, Kaylin, you knew all 5 of those songs, right?
I knew of them. Yeah, sure.
You love them.
Love them.
Yeah. So what
Kaylin,
year were you
have
born
seen
again?
Titanic?
91.
I have
92?
seen Titanic. Yeah.
Oh, Titanic's fantastic. I would do that for movie night, just at least side 1, because that used to come in a double VHS pack. Because VHS
Billy
right
Zane,
stuff.
dude.
VHSs could only hold so much to where you had to switch tapes.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget DVDs. You had to flip them sometimes too.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't like
was
that.
Just at first. That was just at first. They figured that technology out.
Yeah, the
they kinda figured
double-sided.
it out. What they did was the movie would go, and then for one frame it would go, and then it would skip to the other side.
Yeah, the
But there would
double-sided
always be
CDR. We're
that
not
freeze
good enough
frame.
for that. As humans, as a society, we're just not good enough to be that fragile with that kind of stuff. Like you scratch, you're gonna scratch the top. The top's gonna.
By
be
the way,
scratched up.
everyone who knew those 5 songs doesn't know what we're talking about right now.
Oh, you're. Dude, we really are. Well, this has really been Millennial Mountain right now with our Nickelodeon and all of our 90s songs. It's just something I was thinking about. But anyway, we got some segues. We got a lot to get into. Let's just do comments real quick.
Now it's time for listener
All right. And once again, these are all comments found within our Facebook group. And I suggest if you're not a part of our official Facebook group, please go ahead and join. It's really easy to find. You just go to facebook.com/groups/Bobo Boy Army Worldwide LLC. You answer a few questions and we might let you in. And the group is growing ever so quickly. So
Is it?
Oh yeah, a lot of people joining.
A lot of growth there, huh?
A lot of growth.
A lot of growth in that
I'm
group.
seeing some growth
Yeah.
in the group. And,
Positive. That's positive.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for subscribing to the page. And look, if you don't have Facebook, it's worth just getting one just for the group. I mean, it's easy enough and it's accessible. So thanks for joining. My favorite place on the internet. All right. First comment comes from Stephanie Blaine,
Sup?
Hey, Stephanie.
Patreon member too. Usually at the meetup, she gives a shark fact every week. Well, she goes, woof, woof. Bummed I missed the latest meetup/Patreon, but there was a legitimate reason. My brother just got married in Nashville, so congrats to him and his new wife. Also checked out my first restaurant featured on Chez Fond du Lac.
Ooh, what was it?
Snooze AM Eatery. The chocolate chip pancakes were
Yeah.
delicious and deserve a Michelin award.
Ooh.
Excellent
Hashtag
brunch place.
That's what's on the menu. Yeah. See, snoozes are around. I've been a few of them, and I do love them though. They're very good. They're old school, and
Yeah, they got that like retro diner feel, but then they actually have one of those menus that's like a freaking like Denny's menu where they have 7 pages of pancakes.
But it's like high,
so much stuff.
Yeah, but it's like high quality
Is it just
stuff.
Yeah,
pancakes?
it's really good.
No, it's not just pancakes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to that
Yeah,
place
they
in
got
Denver.
a lot of everything, man.
Is there one of them here?
Not in LA.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I want to go to Snootz's.
Snooze. Jim Blake writes, if you share the same starter word as Chris, then your Wordle today will be, you'll get a second try, basically.
Okay, that's great.
Quick pivot there, Chris, from the picture the guy posted.
Why?
No, I'm just saying. I thought that was a funny post that had that picture because it was one letter off.
Oh, yeah. The first word, you only get the middle letter wrong. What is
'Cause
my
your-
starter word?
Your word is audio, I thought.
No, that's Matt's.
Oh. What's yours?
Mine was learn, because I go by RSTLNE. The most it's a Wheel of Fortune thing. The 5 most common letters in the English language are RSTLNE. That's,
And you learned that
that's
from
6
watching
letters.
Wheel of Fortune?
I should not go to a math show. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So I do learn because it has LEARN. Boom. So you would get
But
something.
there's no T in it.
I know. I did. Yeah.
You should do learned.
I said it was.
Or S. But,
Yeah. Well, it's only you only get RSTLNE. Yeah. Oh, but I got an extra vowel.
It's 5 consonants and a vowel. Right?
Yeah, I get an extra vowel in there too. But anyway, I don't know what it would be, so I don't know if that. I thought that was my starter word.
Are
That
there
or,
7 continents?
yeah. Although I don't know how Australia gets away with it. I mean, I never know what to call it. All right. Let's see. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know,
Come on.
man.
dude, my geography
I've never
is
got
terrible.
sucked into that Wordle thing. And I always find it amusing when people like post their scores of Wordle.
Yeah. Well, Dawson, here's the thing. You
I
said
would
the
never
same
do that.
thing.
I would just prove on national television how good I
Yeah.
Yeah.
am. Yeah.
Fuck
With
yeah,
Drew.
dude.
Stick
my
the
butt,
rails
Drew.
across the pond.
Yep.
Well, you gotta go
Dawson.
for next season, dude.
You said the same thing about Twitter. You used to be so against Twitter, and then you joined Twitter, and now you love it.
I don't really love it.
You're active on it.
You don't love it?
Not that much.
Yeah, all right. I just thought, so I could see maybe in a couple of years
Wordle?
you get into Wordle.
That's what you in a couple of years you think I'm
knows?
going to get into Wordle.
Put on some Bieber and check out Wordle.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I guess time will tell, You could be onto something. Maybe I'll start with no, it's not going to happen.
Let's see. Casey Peters, who I think celebrated his birthday recently. Happy birthday, buddy. He says, hey, Bobos, can you help me out with a personal goal? I want to commit to playing at least one song on the drums every day to get better. It doesn't have to be rush level talent, fast or slow, basic, whatever. Just want to see what you come up with. Thanks. Doss, what's a good drumming song that you want Casey to learn?
Fucking do Deep Purple, fucking Perfect Strangers.
Or I say do the Perfect Strangers theme song.
Okay.
So there's that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
In the air tonight, Phil Collins.
Oh yeah, you have that drum fill. If you can nail that drum fill and then punch out Ed Helms at the end, I think that'd be a pretty
I just
good.
feel like if you can sit down at a set of drums at a party and you can do that fill perfect.
Who sits down at drums at a party?
I don't know.
Who has
I'm not
drums
a
set
drum
up
guy.
at a party?
What kind of parties you going to,
You
man?
have a party.
The
You-
drum
you're
kit
getting
is in the
together.
living room.
You got to get rid of the drums first.
Dude, if I had a drum
Very
set
important.
and I had people coming over,
Right.
dude, I would not keep
No,
that thing
you
out.
don't want people. Hey, you
Oh
wanna
my
play the drums?
God.
Where
Where
are you
Go
putting
for
it?
I would
Stack
take it
up.
apart. Yeah, I'd
Stack
stack
it
it
up.
up. Like the Legends
it
of the
and
Temple
rack it.
Monkey. Just stack it
Yeah.
all up
Yeah.
so you don't. Yeah, I don't want people playing. Dude, they're gonna
Yeah.
ruin the heads.
Yeah, no.
They're gonna ruin the heads.
No.
I can't do that.
I did laugh.
You know
I
what
think I
even-
told you guys this, but I was rewatching Step Brothers for like the 90th time the other day, and I got a joke all of a sudden, where Riley says to Farrell, asks him if he touches. He says, "I know you touch my drumsticks because the left one has a chip in it. There is no such thing as a left drumstick.
Yeah, that's
There's
good. That's
no
a good
such
joke.
thing.
Let's see. Dawson said that Eric Jenks Zoom ended the Zoom for shame. Yeah, after we had our meetup last week, and Dawson, after so usually what happens for those who don't know, we do the Patreon meetup, and then people can hang out and watch us do the podcast, and then we're done. But Dawson's like, I want to hang out with people more, and he just hung out.
Yeah, I
the party
showed up
going.
late too, so. But yeah, we hung out. We fucking shit. There were 4 of us for a while.
Yeah.
Good times. Erica was there, and then both of the Janks, and Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, see, good crew. Woody Atterbury writes, red wine with ice and sparkling water. That's what you got to do if you're putting ice in your
That's not bad.
Merlot there.
That'd be a nice.
Now we're talking
cocktail.
like a spritz.
I was just gonna say, isn't that a spritz?
I would do that with mangria and soda.
Mm-hmm.
I came across about 12 bottles of the original Mangria recipe recently.
Oh,
I know
yeah?
exactly where it is. It
What did
still
you do with
exists.
it?
And I frankly, Kaylin, I marveled at it because it's not in my possession. I did not come across it like in my home. I came across it in the wild, and I like stopped and stared for like it was on display somewhere. I'm not gonna exactly say where, but you might be able to figure it out. But I stopped and I stared at it for like 90 seconds trying to figure out I figured out how it got there, but like what would happen if you popped one of those open right now? Because when it was fresh, one of those bottles would destroy any human man. But it's been, I mean, years.
It's fermented.
Close to a decade now, right? Like what would that do if you open that up now? Like, would that send you to another realm?
You should have just got one.
I mean, I could procure one, Kaylin, if we really wanted it.
Well, anyway, that was those are comments, everybody. We're gonna end it early because we got a lot of segments to get into. Plus, I have a question, Gary. You just went top golfing, didn't you?
I did.
How was that? Is that where you saw the Mangria?
It was what?
Is that where you saw the Mangria?
No. The Mangria was in a private collection.
Do they have one here? Top Golf? I thought it was
There's
just
a
a
couple
Vegas
here.
thing. Oh,
There's
really?
a couple
here.
Yeah,
I
there's.
wanted to go to. It sounds like so much fun.
So, Kaylin, we actually happen to know the manager of one of the ones in Southern California. I won't say which, but we have been sitting on an offer for all of us, or any of us, to go and check it out. So if you and Chris and Dawson
next time
would like
we'll
to-
dude, we should carpool because it's in Ontario.
We should do that and then go to Friar Tuck's.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris. I'm not going to say which one. Yeah, we should. And you guys can pick me up on the way because that's on the way from Long Beach to Ontario. So, yeah.
I guess distance-wise, Chris should start, and then you could scoop me up. And then
Okay. Yeah, I'll just drive the whole way. You want to just go to Austin too? Let me swoop Matt.
Hey, by the way, Kaylin, on the way to my house from your house is the wing place over by Knott's Berry Farm. So we can have some food on the way.
Yeah.
Saying.
They're going to be cold by the time they get to
food-
Ontario.
Speaking of food, we can push my shade to the Patreon, by the way. I know we're running a little long here.
Okay. Well, the hard out's not as hard as I thought it was. Chris, to answer your question, it was awesome. It was a birthday party, and there were a few kids there, including my own. I sort of assumed that because there were going to be kids there that we might be on the bottom level, but we were not. We were on the second level,
Get off
which
that top level.
provided for quite a bit of anxiety if either of the kids went anywhere near the edge because it's very exposed and there's a net, but like,
yeah,
it's not a good
Is the
look.
top level more expensive than the bottom level? Is that like you want
a birthday party.
Were you on the top shelf?
level? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. There were 3 levels. We were in the middle one. But
And
yeah,
if this was the Titanic, Kaylin, yeah, it'd be more expensive than the bottom.
it would change, frankly, the degree of
That was a great
difficulty
movie.
because some of them you're going for specific targets, and if you were on the top level, the shorter, like the closer targets, would be a little bit harder to hit. I would think the longer targets would be easier to hit, obviously. But yeah,
What does it do
would
when you
change
hit a
the
target?
strategy.
Does it light up or anything?
Well,
Better.
doesn't it track all your shots?
It does track all your shots. Basically, Dawson, you have a 50-inch TV kind of right in front of where your little mat is, and it'll show you on that TV exactly where your ball went. It doesn't light up for everyone else or, make a big production that's going to distract everyone, but you can see exactly down to about a 3-foot square where your ball went. And then if it hits into one of the targets, you can see which section of the target it hit in. They have
And do you
games
get
where
points?
it's like, yeah, there's a variety of different games and different point strategies for
Now,
how it all works.
now,
Can you
Gary,
win beers.
I'm gonna say, are there prizes like an arcade? Can you turn in your points?
Yeah,
for-
you get tickets. Can Kalen get a Chinese
I get a
finger
sticky
lock
hand
and
or something?
Yeah, sticky hand.
No, I think it's mostly about pride, but I think that you can establish an account and sort of keep score and have your experiences travel with you from time to time. So
Now,
if you know,
Dawson.
Yeah.
I heard Gary discussing this earlier.
Okay.
He was gonna go. This is before he was going. He was having
I
some
heard
trouble.
that too.
He's having
Right.
some trouble
Yep.
figuring something out, and I want to get your thoughts on this because
Okay.
let's take it back. You know, we used to go to that margarita place right here by the bowling alley.
Margaritas are pretty good.
Yeah, the margaritas are pretty good, right?
Yep. Viva Cantina.
Yeah, yeah,
Closed.
great place. I know.
New place
RIP.
opened up. Yeah.
Well,
Rip.
there's the bowling
Not so
alley there,
Viva
Pickwick.
Cantina.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on people who bring their own bowling balls to the bowling alley?
That's it's a little aggressive.
It's a little aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Unless you got to be good. Obviously, you're basically telling everybody you're good. It's like bring your own key to a pool hall.
What it says to me is you are not good at time management. Because there's really no time for bowling.
Wow.
I was shocked at how expensive bowling is these days because it used to be something that you could do for, I don't know, you rent a lane for $6 an hour, $10 an hour.
and a Clark bar was a nickel.
I'm just saying, it's like $35 or $40. It's fucking crazy. You have to spend like $100 to go bowling for two people for like an hour. Screw
Frickin'
that, man.
inflation. I know. Back in our
Frickin'
day.
inflation.
Insane.
Frickin' inflation. So
Speaking of people who bring their own bowling balls and are bad at time management,
Yeah.
weren't
Ooh.
we all invited to go bowling by a guy who brings his own bowling ball and then he didn't show up once we all
Well
got
done,
there?
You
Kaylin.
took the words completely
done.
out of my mouth. I was waiting for an opening, but yes, that 100% happened.
Rob?
Somebody
Yeah.
who claimed,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I
Yes,
guess he's
Rob.
got a name now.
Yes,
I'm
it was
trying to
Rob
remember.
O'Connor.
He would bring his own bowling ball and he invited us all out to go bowling.
And then
he
didn't bring himself.
Yeah.
He didn't
He's
show.
selfless.
He didn't bring himself or his ball.
Hey, you
yeah,
guys
we would've
know
been
if
happy about the
KFC
one.
is still selling the double down?
I don't. I'm down
They
to try it,
brought
though.
it back for a limited time a while ago,
yeah.
but I think that's passed.
I'm double down to
Yeah, I
try
gotta
it.
Find out.
Well, so speaking of bringing your own bowling ball, Gary was wondering, do I bring my own clubs to Topgolf, or do I use the clubs that are there?
What'd you do?
Yeah, and you're wrestling with it,
You
and
should
so
bring your own, I would think.
why would you? Why? Because you're used to them.
Because they're your clubs.
They're your
You'd
clubs.
be more used to them.
How many?
Because it's so
It's
important
like
when
going
you're
to a driving range. Yeah, you
it's
want
so important when you're getting shit faced that you like have your clubs with you so that you can immaculately hit the ball into the digital screen.
I think
Hey,
they
Matt.
do it without a digital screen. I think that just happens on a regular golf course too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Chris. Ultimately, what I did was I texted the birthday boy and I said, "What are we doing here? Do I bring my own clubs?" And he said, "No, don't bring your own clubs." And
Did he tell you to wear a cummerbund?
he didn't. That was mostly my joke, but no, he didn't. He said no, just use the clubs that they have there. And so I listened to him. And the first thing that I did was I walked into this place right behind a gentleman who was carrying his bag with all of his clubs, and I was very frustrated.
Oh.
But you
I
know,
would have
whatever.
thought that guy was such a puss, though. I'd be like,
Really?
really? You brought your own clubs here?
Well,
Come on.
But here's the thing, Matt. That guy, I sort of am okay with. I'm okay with your assessment, and I will stand behind it. But what I quickly learned when I got up and started actually trying to play this game is that I am not a normal sized human being, and I'm not used to clubs that are normal size.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Gary's
used
are
to clubs
actually
that are
sized for him.
right. I have extensions on my clubs. So I'm used to a longer club. So what that led to was my first 5 shots. It looked like I've never golfed before in my entire life. And I was just topping the hell out of these balls and hitting them 3 feet. and it
Yeah,
was
you should have brought
embarrassing.
your own. Nobody would have questioned you because
I didn't think
you're so
about that.
tall.
I didn't think about it either, to be completely
Yeah.
honest with you. But the other component is that the balls have microchips in them in order to facilitate the screen in front of you and all of that. So the balls don't exactly fly the way you're used to as a golfer, anyways. So it would
They're
have
not
only
regulation.
right. It would have only really helped me in terms of the length and in terms of not making so many mistakes at first before I adjusted. And I'm sure the next time I play golf, I'll be adjusted the wrong way as a result of those 2 hours that I spent to
calibrated
Topgolf.
correctly now.
Yeah.
And thinking
Chris-
about it some more, if you were going to a birthday party and you were the only one to show up with your own golf clubs,
Which
yeah,
is what would have
that
happened,
probably
by the way.
wouldn't be. Yeah, that probably wouldn't have been the best look.
Yeah, there was 25 people there. I would have been the only one with my own clubs.
I was wondering, what percentage of people would show up with their own clubs to Topgolf?
Oh, God damn.
I probably saw 8 bags, and there are probably 100 stalls roughly.
Dang. Yeah, I don't know if I'd bring my own either. Just for fun. And let's not, need to risk breaking mine or doing anything weird with mine. If they got free ones I could use. Well, not free, but whatever. But I'm glad you had a good time, buddy.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was fun. We should all try it. It's a good time.
I'm down it. We'll do it. Keelan, you're down, right? You're down, right?
Yeah, I'm super down.
Yeah. Alrighty. So you guys want to do?
Have fun, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt. I'd invite you.
I know.
Is there one in Austin? You could just go there and we could FaceTime.
I think there might be a Top Golf.
Yeah,
out
we
there.
can FaceTime it, dude.
Yeah, we'll FaceTime him.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
I'll go with Drew.
Oh, yeah, you and Drew are just doing everything
You
together.
guys hanging out all the time now?
You guys, I think it's thieves, you two. All right, why don't we do our segment here? Let's do a quarter update from Mr. Bean.
Yes, please.
Let's play quarters.
We should have used no quarter.
Poor KC.
So over the last 2 weeks, I have acquired 3 state quarters.
Woo! There's
more
definitely a
states,
new one.
new
There's
states?
definitely a new one.
I'm not excited yet. I've learned
me
about
too.
this.
Well, the states are getting
He's
excited.
acquired, but not kept necessarily.
There's hubbub.
I do keep all of the state quarters that I get,
we saw the
even the
cough
ones
drops.
that
Yeah, what about the cough drops?
Speaking of which, I decided to take inventory of all my quarters again, just so I could get an update.
Wait, I thought for sure you said earlier you're under the weather. I thought for sure you were going to say you took the cough drop.
I have
needed
been taking
one?
cough drops, but not that one. But I did have to take them all out to, count them all up. And man, that cough drop did some real damage that I was not anticipating. I thought it stuck to the one quarter that I showed you guys. No, that thing got on like
They
half.
spread.
I'm going to need
spread.
to clean these things off somehow.
Oh, Kaylin.
Yeah.
How will you ever
Oh
clean
my god.
sugar off of a coin?
Just put
I've
them
seen
in
people
Taco
clean
Bell hot
coins on the
sauce
internet.
or,
You drop it in some solution and it
Just run
starts
some
fizzling.
fucking hot water over
Coke
it.
works
dude.
for pennies.
Yeah, a lot of these quarters are gonna need cleaning because I underestimated the amount of damage it did. So right now I have 28 of the state quarters. I have 2 of North Carolina, South Carolina, New Hampshire, and Kentucky, and I have 3 Georgias, 3 Massachusetts, and
Jeez.
3 Nebraskas.
Why do you have so many repeats? Let's get a new state in
Listen.
the mix.
I don't know what's more surprising, that he has this many repeats or that he actually has a tangible list that he's referring to where he's tracked all this. Like, I'm so impressed right now.
Yeah, you're trying to share that spreadsheet. All right, well, anyway.
yeah.
Hey,
I'll
can
throw
we
it
get a
in a Google
screen
Doc.
share? Can we get a screen share?
It's on my PC, so
All right.
which is fine. I will. I'll send it to you guys. Let's go ahead. All
28.
right.
So you're more than halfway there. You're living on a prayer.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. Someone
Tommy
shared
used to
an
work in the
article in the
docks.
Facebook group too that outlined why there are more of some states than there are other ones, and it was like these are the 5 states that you would typically get more often, and they were like all 5 that I had, and a lot of the ones that were doubled. I was like, oh yeah, this tracks. This article tracks based on my journey that I've been on these last few months.
Wow, what a thrilling journey it's
I
been
know.
for all of
Did I
us.
miss
We're all-
anything, Matt?
We're all on board here.
The cough drop did severe damage to the collection, much more than anticipated. Otherwise, you're caught up.
Yeah, I was here for all that.
I should also share the story of when I went to go pick up a sandwich last week, and the lady handed me 2 quarters back, and I took them both aside and looked them over individually, and she looked at me and went, "Why are you looking at your quarters?"
I should have said, I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm going to tip you.
It's like the equivalent of holding $100 bill up into the light to see if it's real. Kaylin just getting real close.
Maybe it was because I had already tipped her, and she was just like, "What are you looking at your quarters for?" And I was like, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna-
Okay,
Wait, Kaylin, it's the
you
perfect way to
didn't tell
share
her.
this
Advertise
show.
the show.
Come on,
Yeah,
dude.
come on, dude.
Yeah.
And if you're not gonna advertise the show, you have to just shout "Mind your business," just
Oh,
as
that
loud
too.
as you
yeah,
can.
be real aggressive about it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, here's the update. The first quarter that I received is the repeat of North Carolina.
Hey, all right.
Yeah,
North
see,
Carolina,
stand up.
represent.
Not worth getting excited.
Yeah.
It's a repeat.
All right.
Now have 3 North Carolinas.
Should have put that on the tip jar.
Next one
He's
is
from Atlanta.
the repeat of Connecticut. I now have 2 Connecticut's, so another
Dude,
repeat.
how is this happening?
Crazy.
I feel like
dude.
I'm watching Pulp Fiction. Like I knew this information, but now it's being represented in a different way. It's exciting.
And the third one that I have, also kind of a repeat, but now it is new. Hawaii. I got you back,
Oh,
baby.
Hawaii's back.
Aloha.
I lost
a
you,
good thing.
but you found your way back very quickly.
The island is once again holding a second celebration. They're very excited.
Right.
I can smell the pork roast from here.
Yeah, because they had a big
Call
memorial.
Brian. He's
when-
probably part of the celebration. Right now.
Oh yeah, we should. Yeah, he's out there. I forgot. Yeah, we're probably ruining his trip out there because the place is just like Coachella everywhere you go. But look, I'm glad that Hawaii's back in the mix. Congratulations to Hawaii. This is a big deal for you. And Kalen, thank you for that update. Stop getting repeats though, man.
you're
Let's get some new ones in.
Yeah, I would like to. I would like for that to happen.
Well, you know what I'd like to happen is for Kalen to flick a movie.
Flick that beat.
We all want to know one thing. Your opinion's what we need. So Kaylin, get on that mic.
Oh, Kaylin. Flick the beat.
Respect all women.
All right, this week I am going to be. See, I knew that was coming. And sorry if I sound a little like sniffly and grovelly. I'm fighting a cold right now, so
Sound great.
a lot of talking is.
Dude, Kalen,
I
I am not kidding. Every time I go to your house and hang out with your kids, I'm sick. I get sick.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Well,
it's like
buckle up, Papa,
it's
Yeah.
like clockwork. Like
because it's coming to your own fucking shores any minute now.
every
so.
time, I'm just like, what? Well,
It's like-
one time, Kalen's youngest, I'm just hanging with her. She's so sweet. She's like handing me something.
I
Like,
know
oh,
the
here you go.
story.
And then I'm just like, thank you so much. And she just looks up at me and then just starts coughing in my face. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna get sick now. I'm gonna get sick. Yeah. So
It seems like
Face. My son spit in my mouth the other day. That is not a joke. That is 100% a real thing.
yeah,
yeah.
I'm
She
ready.
often has been sneezing directly into my face for a while now, and I have a feeling that's why I caught the cold. I think not a month goes by without me getting sick now, which really sucks because like the whole summer went past and other people were getting sick in my household, and I was like, oh, I guess my immune system is just super good. I got a great one now that I'm, working outside and in ponds and stuff. And then I've been punished ever since I had that thought that I was
Yep.
somehow getting colds because it's nonstop.
I could barely tell that you don't sound that bad.
Okay, I'm just a little sniffly, that's all. Anyway, today I am reviewing Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, this is a
M. Night
thrilling one.
Shyamalan.
Sure,
Night
Dave
Shyamalan.
Bautista.
Mm-hmm.
He
Came
knocks
out
at the
February
cabin.
3rd. You can watch it on Peacock. It's a apocalyptic psychological horror film. As we said, written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Stars Dave Bautista, Jonathan Groff, who looked super familiar. He was in that show Mindhunter on Netflix, which I watched like a couple episodes. Yeah. Also,
He's awesome.
Glee, but most importantly, he is the voice of Kristoff in Frozen, which is played very often in my household.
Musical theater nerds may also be delighted to hear that he's part of the original Broadway cast of Hamilton as well.
Took
You
the
missed
words
King
right out of
George.
Dawson's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And Ben Aldridge, he looked very familiar. He had a good amount of credits, but I didn't recognize any of them except for Fleabag, which I haven't watched. I've only heard of.
Oh, so good.
Knock at the
Highly
Cabin is
recommend.
I'll get around to it one of these days. It is an hour and 40 minutes long. It only cost $20 million to make, and it made $54 million at the box office.
Success.
67% critic, 64% audience. So people seem to be rather simpatico on this movie. It's about a vacationing family that is taken hostage and forced to make an impossible choice in order to avert the apocalypse. M. Night Shyamalan. What a roller coaster this guy's career has been, right?
I
He's
love
made
him still.
such
I'm
awesome,
still on
incredible
board with
movies.
M. Night. I have not.
Yeah, he has made
dismissed
some
him.
great movies and just some utterly horrendous ones as well. And I'd like to just go back through all of them. Hits it big with Sixth Sense, right? Follows it up with Unbreakable and Signs.
Huge, great. He's on top
After
of the
that,
world.
The Village, which I think was a bad, not too bad.
The Village is a great movie, marketed terribly. Go ahead.
And then he takes a hard nosedive with his next three: Lady in the Water, The Happening, and The Last Airbender. And
The Last
then-
Airbender should not be. I don't
was
know
a
if that should
Shyamalan
be
movie?
included in. Yeah, it
Of
was.
course it should be included. He made the movie.
Is there
And
a twist in it?
not only that, it was like I've seen the Last
It was
Airbender
already-
cartoon show. It's
Yeah,
bad.
the twist is
IP.
that it's actually air, and you can't really bend it.
Well,
It looked pretty epic. It was actually, I think, a Nickelodeon show, DOS, before before we came.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm glad we brought it back to Nickelodeon.
That's good. That's good.
yes, you are correct. I've watched all of the episodes of it. Like 2 years ago, not like when I was a kid. Because there's a big Airbender following online. I had to see what all the hype was about.
Well, then go back
it's-
and watch
it's
the
good.
movie. Maybe you'll like it now that you know the.
They're making another one, and I think he's
Oh,
somewhat
it's
involved with
fantastic.
that
I'm so
one too.
excited.
So I'll wait for that.
Okay.
He then goes on.
Wait,
to
how are
make
they
two
making
movies.
another one? That was the last Airbender. What's going? Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There was actually a follow-up series too to the original
Jeez.
Nickelodeon show. So anyway,
Like
makes two
Mohicans.
movies
We're
nobody
getting another
remembers.
Mohicans movie. I'm just saying that.
I want
After
a
Earth
mojito.
and The Visit, we can just forget about those. And
Don't
then
forget about The
We
Visit.
gotta-
I just said The Visit. I said After Earth and The Visit.
You said you could forget about those two, and I'm saying don't forget about The
Oh,
Visit.
don't forget about The
because
Visit?
That is
I
an
like The
excellent
Visit.
movie. That's his
Okay,
take
maybe
on
I-
the found footage movie, and it is pretty freaking good. It's got
See?
a lot of comedy,
It's mixed.
and it's got some good twists in it.
Well, this is pretty much the first time I've been hearing about it. So hey, maybe I'll put that one on the
Kalen,
list.
put it on your list. Put it on your list.
Anyway, after that, he smashes it out of the ballpark with Split, which
Oh,
a lot of
so
that
good.
credit should be shared with James McAvoy. Dude should have gotten an Oscar for that movie.
It was
He's so
brilliant.
good.
Yeah.
And then his latest movie, Old, which I quite enjoyed. I remember reviewing it. I didn't think it was fantastic, but it's pretty entertaining. And
You
it
skipped
had
the
that,
Split sequel. Don't you know you're
Gla-
Shyamalan?
Yes, I know Glass. It was okay. It was nothing. It was whatever. It was easily passable.
Don't you know
Um,
your Shyamalan should be?
By the way, the end
Be the
of
title.
Split, the Shyamalan ending to that
Yeah.
got me real good. I had no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone is known more for ending a movie than M. Night Shyamalan.
To the point where I think it actually hurts him now because he's expected
We
to.
need
So
the Shyamalan twist.
everybody's now thinking throughout the whole movie, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? And
Right.
how's it going
Right.
to get us? So it kind of sucks that he has to now live up to that expectation.
And I honestly don't know how to feel going into his movies anymore. I'm gonna watch anything that he makes. I'm gonna be fairly excited about seeing them. I think he got me definitely back on the train with Split. So I was excited for Knock at the Cabin, but hesitant, cautiously optimistic, I guess. And it didn't entirely disappoint. The movie didn't make me angry like some of his other ones did, like The Happening, but it's definitely not Split either. It's pretty well made, although it pretty much exclusively takes place in one location aside from some, previous past history shots. But the acting in it is actually fantastic. I thought that the cast and the performances in the movie were really good. I think that they kind of made the movie too. It's violent, but not too violent.
Well, good.
Honestly, I can't remember if it's Chris approved. I think it is.
It's rated
I
R.
think- yeah, it is rated R, but
There's no
it is violent. But yeah, I don't remember hand
It's
or.
rated R. Chris, you're 37.
Great call. Great call.
It's rated R.
I wish it was a little more violent, honestly. And ultimately, I don't want to spoil anything here, which it makes it difficult for me to review this movie. And so, if you are planning on watching it, maybe just skip ahead a little bit here. But kind of like what Chris was just talking about, the guy that's known for the endings made a rather predictable one, and it did not.
At some
get-
point, that has to be the only twist left for
Yeah,
the ending
he
guy,
does
right?
do
Twist
Twist.
is exactly what you expected.
Yeah. It didn't get that Shyamalan treatment ending that I was waiting
Yeah,
for,
I
that I
was
was
wondering
hoping for.
about that
The
too.
one that even old had one that was like, okay, I'm satisfied with this. But the movie was enjoyable, and again, great acting. But ultimately, I was like, it was not. I was disappointed that I didn't get that ending. But it's fine. It's still enjoyable. It's flickable. Just don't expect one of those, Shyamalan hits that tend to kind of come out of left field. But you're not going to be angry about it either. There's far worse out there to spend an hour and 40 minutes on. So yeah, like I said, it is flickable. Kind of reminded me of one of like a home cooked piece of salmon. specifically the one that Amy's been making.
All right.
Oh, Amy's home cooked salmon.
Oh, you're bringing your girl into this.
Careful.
Amy's home cooked
Careful.
butter, garlic,
Better be a
lemon
10.
salmon. It's good. It's good, but it's a little it's a little predictable. I kind of know what I'm gonna get whenever I get the salmon.
Carrie,
That's
Carrie's
good, dude.
panicking. Stop talking, Caleb.
I love it.
Hey, I like the salmon. I'm happy with the salmon, but I think everyone else likes the salmon a little more than I
Jesus Christ. I like
You
the
could have just
salmon. I'm
said salmon.
satisfied with the salmon.
You
but
could
I
have
think
just said
everyone else
salmon.
likes
You
the
didn't have
salmon
to.
better.
You didn't have to
Can't just-
specify.
do. No, you can't just say salmon. There's too many different ways of cooking salmon.
Exactly.
There's I can't do that. I have to go with the salmon that I eat most frequently.
There
This
you
is
go.
the second episode in a row where someone's made a comment on what's going on in their home.
Oh yeah, this isn't Patreon. That's all right. Just
This
like
isn't Patreon.
I'm used to these being the Patreon ones. So just like the home cooked piece of salmon, Knock at the Cabin is flickable. 6.5 out of 10. It's fine.
Hey, Kaylin.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
You know you fucked up, right?
that's fine.
Oh man.
Without the outro too. It's just
It's just really just
thud.
Oh, it's brutal.
That's pretty good though.
I don't know if we'd have gotten an outro on Patreon for that.
M Night couldn't write that one. All right. Well, I
Keelan,
will.
let's talk off air.
I will
Let's
not.
talk
I
off
probably
All
will
right.
not be watching Knock at the Cabin, nor will I ever try Your Girlfriend's Salmon. So I think I'll just move on from there. Nice flicking though. And I watched that movie Fall. Have you seen that movie, Kaylin?
air. Didn't this come up? Or Keelan wasn't there, right?
What happens again?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Like,
I think that came up on our movie night.
well, because Knock at the
commentary.
Cabin was so we turned off Fall because it gave us too much anxiety, and then I saw Knock at the Cabin, and like I was already so anxious from Fall that I didn't choose Knock at the Cabin. So that's
What is fall? Well, now I'm intrigued.
two
by
girls get stuck up on a radio tower.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Stars, Caleb. It's on Stars.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, that will do it for Watercooler. Thank you so much again to everybody for tuning in. We're gonna go around now and do our plugs segment of the show, where we suggest things that we think everybody should check out. So I will start with Matt. Matt, what do you think people should check out?
I got a couple things, if I may. First, and I suppose most importantly, our Patreon account, which is patreon.com/watercooler. We just did a movie night. We do 2 episodes a week. Please check it out. Also, Sword and Scale Nightmares, true crime show that I write for. One of the episodes I wrote is coming out tomorrow, this Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the episode is called The Hole. And it is one of the
Wait.
most fucked up
Which hole,
episodes I've
Matt?
Yeah,
ever
is
Which
it
hole?
is it the HOLE or WHOLE?
Wrong hole?
No W. No W.
Now answer Dawson's question.
Yeah, which hole?
The one you fear the most. How
Oh,
about that?
shit.
And
Not
then,
that one.
That's a
in
butthole.
2 weeks, another episode that I wrote is going to be coming out. So I'm not slowing down here. I've been writing a bunch of stuff, and I would appreciate it if you guys check it out. Sword and Scale Nightmares.
Sword and Scale Nightmares. Matt is freaking
Good job, buddy.
killing it.
Love
with
it,
these
love it,
writing these-
love it.
Did you slip in any water cooler references like we talked? Does he?
No, but
did
I'm
you
in
get
the middle
Boudet
of
to say
writing an
flicking the
episode
bean?
right now.
Can you
I'm in
get
the
him
middle
to
of an
say-
episode right now? So maybe I'll.
Can you get
try
him to bark? Can you get a couple barks in there?
There has to be a dog that is
Yeah, I
trying
was
to
gonna
alert
say-
people that their owner has been savagely murdered.
Mm-hmm.
I did do an episode many months ago about a guy that basically sold the dog of his victim, like killed somebody and then sold their dog to somebody else.
Well, you could use it there. I guess
Could've
can
used
you
it.
get
I blew
Boudet
it.
to say boner
I
time?
blew it.
Boner time.
That probably more likely given the content of that show.
Yeah.
All right, Kaylin, what about you?
Well, there's a new season of Below Deck Sailing Yacht.
So
Starting-
so Kaylin's
starting
plugging
on
the new
Monday.
season of Below Deck. All right, that's a pretty
So-
popular show.
Yeah, well, a lot of people like it, and if you like to hear people recap that show, then you can go check out Bad TV. The Below Deck recaps are some of my favorite, and I'm now working on that show, so that'll be fun. And if you just like other trashy reality TV shows, they recap a bunch of them.
Are you on that show?
Yes.
Oh,
But right now,
that's what you got to
got
tell people. Tell people you're on it.
Yeah, but I don't recap it quite as much as them. Right now, I'm mostly just doing the cameras. They throw to me every once in a while.
So you don't.
I don't want them to go to that show expecting I'm going to be hosting it.
Oh, so if people,
I'm not that.
You're not
involved
going to
yet.
compare that Below Deck episode to a snack,
Right.
or like an appetizer of some sort.
It's like,
Yeah, I'm never doing that for anything else ever.
Ooh, I love that. All right, Gary, what about you?
Yeah, go to YouTube and subscribe to the Reasonable Doubt channel. It's youtube.com/Reasonable Doubt Podcast. And thank you guys so much for supporting us. Patreon.com/Watercooler is the best way to support this show. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice.
And yeah, definitely subscribe to Reasonable Doubt as well. Gary's on that
Nice.
show a ton now.
Nice.
Doss, what about you?
My plug is for Cocoa Puffs
Yeah.
with a banana sliced
Dude,
up in it.
I am not kidding. I bought
Go for
Cocoa
that.
Puffs. I bought Cocoa Puffs last week.
Dude, get it bananas.
bought a
Get some
banana?
bananas. Get a banana. Cut up a banana. Slice it.
Yeah.
Throw it in there, man.
Well,
It'll
Jen-
change. It's the greatest thing in the
Jen
world.
wanted Cocoa Puffs. And,
Smoke copious amounts of weed
yeah,
before
and
you
Jen's-
consume
yeah.
the breakfast.
Jen is pregnant, so if she wants Cocoa Puffs, I'm going to get her
Fuck
some
yeah.
Cocoa Puffs. And I remember I went to the aisle and I pulled out the Cocoa Puffs, and I haven't bought cereal in years, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like looking like, I think this is the one. And it's, it's the nice bird, all the chocolate balls.
Right.
And then I pull it out, and then this lady, I'm not kidding.
The bird,
She taps
all the
me up.
chocolate
She taps
balls.
the back of my shoulder.
Yeah.
She's shorter than me. She's really old, and yeah. But when I say she's shorter than me, that shows you how short she is. And then she's wearing the face mask. So I don't really get to see her that well. And she's like, "You getting the Cocoa Puffs?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh yeah." She's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I love eating food from my childhood. I eat a lot of baby food,
Oh my god.
and I'm 76."
Wow.
And I'm just holding this Cocoa Puffs. and I'm
That's
just like,
great. Liz. What do you like?
"Gosh, this
best,
is
the
way
yams?
too much to process." Like I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she just confessed like she loves to eat baby food as like to remember her childhood.
Well, tip on Cocoa Puffs, man. If you buy them at the Mexican grocery store,
Yeah,
you
they're
get the generic one.
dude.
It's
Cocoa Puffs
exactly
are
the
expensive
same.
as hell.
They're totally fucking expensive.
Caitlin.
So go to the Mexican store and get the generic Cocoa Puffs.
How much do you think
and
a
you get
box
a
of-
huge bag of it for like $3?
How much is a box of Cocoa Puffs? Just a regular standard cereal box.
I don't know.
I'm
$5.
gonna guess it's $7.
It's like $8.
Yeah.
Dang.
$8. I might as well go bowling
Yeah.
with that kind of money.
You might as well. That's just poor time management, though.
Yeah. All right. And then as for me, yeah, check out the Patreon, please. And also, I've been watching that show Shrinking on Apple. I found it very enjoyable. Have you guys watching that?
I've seen the promos, but I have not watched it
It's a-
yet.
it's a
but
fun time.
I would be thrilled to check it out. It's good.
Yeah, it's Ted Lasso. If you like Ted Lasso, it's like the same. It's made by
I'm
Brett
Ted
Goldstein.
Lassoed out, dude.
You
I've
are.
never even seen the show, and I'm already fucking
You'd
tired
like
of
it.
it.
You'd like it. It's a good show.
Yeah, you would like it, Dawson. As a soccer fan, you would enjoy it.
Oh,
It's fun.
okay.
Yeah. So that's what I suggest everyone check out too. All right, well that will do it for Watercooler. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you at Patreon later this week. We love you. Goodbye.